your traditional breakfast, mix it up by making French toast. French toast first originated from France when people didn't have a lot of money for food, and they had to savor resources by using stale bread to moisturize it with egg, which also added protein. But the most traditional form of French toast came from Quebec, Canada, with the butter, maple syrup, and powdered sugar. The first step to making French toast is washing your hands. You want to wash your hands because when you make your egg batter, you're going to dip your bread into the batter and you're going to be touching the batter with your hands. Now I'm going to introduce the ingredients. We have vanilla extract, which you can get for about $3 per ounce at a supermarket. Milk, which you can get for about $4 at a supermarket. Maple syrup, which you can also get for about $4. And then bread, which you can get for about $2.50 a loaf. And then your eggs, you can also get those at a supermarket for about $2. But I get my eggs from my grandmother's house down the road because she has her own chickens. First, what you want to do is you want to crack your eggs. You want to make sure you don't get any shells in there. You want to use about 2 eggs per piece of bread. Then you're going to put just a little bit of vanilla extract in there. And this is actually optional. And I'm not measuring this because it's upon preference. So I'm just going to put a little bit in there because it is really strong. And then with the milk as well, since I used 2 eggs, I'm just going to use a little bit of milk. But if you're using only 1 egg, you'd want to use more milk. And that's the reason I'm not measuring it, because it kind of depends on how you like it. Then you want to whisk it all up together. You want to make sure all the egg yolks are busted up. And then when that's all done, you want to preheat your skillet. And you want to put butter in there, but you can also use olive oil. And you just want to get it all in there so your butter doesn't, or your bread doesn't stick to the pan. And you can also use a griddle if you have one, which is actually preferred, because then you can get it to the exact temperature that you needed, which is 375. Then you're going to take your bread.
Can you use a different type of bread?
Yes, you can actually use sourdough bread, homemade bread, wheat or white, and you can also use raisin bread. It kind of depends on your preference. But with your egg yolk, you're just going to get it in there, you're going to get it all the way covered. You don't want to leave it in there too long because it can get soggy, and then you just want to let it drip off. And then you're going to just put your bread on there when it's hot. And then it should begin to cook, and it doesn't take that long for it to get warmed up. And you're going to see it to begin to start cooking on the edges. And you can actually hear it sizzle as well. You can see the form egging on the edges. And you're going to want it to get to like a golden brown color.
What kind of ingredients can you put on your French toast?
You mean toppings?
Toppings, yes.
Well, you can either use, the most traditional toppings is just butter, maple syrup, and powdered sugar. But some people like to use peanut butter or cream cheese, fruit toppings, or whipped cream. It kind of depends on what you like. But the most traditional is just the maple syrup. You can hear it really start to sizzle now, and it's starting to get like a golden brown color, which is exactly what you want. And now this one is done. We're going to go ahead and do our other one, just so we use all of our egg yolk. And you don't want to get too much to where there's a whole bunch of egg on it, unless that's what you like. Now that the pan's really warmed up, it's really, you can hear it sizzling. And since there was butter left in the pan from earlier, you don't need to reapply it. And some people also like to put cinnamon on theirs. It kind of depends on what you like. And it's like the perfect golden brown color now. And now that that's done, you're going to want to turn it off. Now that you have your plate, you can put butter on it. And then your maple syrup. And this also depends on how much you like, is how much you're going to put on it. And that's it. That's how you make French toast.